Hello everyone, welcome to Genius channel. We are going to discuss previous year questions of MBA English. Okay. So we are going to see the section comprehension. In this section, you have two short passages. After each passage, you will find some items based on the passage. First, read a passage and answer the items based on it and mark your response on the answer sheet accordingly. You are required to select your answers based on contents of the passage and opinion of the author only. Okay, so you'll be given a passage and you'll be asked question based on that. Okay, so first of all, I'll just show the questions. So this is the passage and we have question number 16 to 20 from this passage. So I'm just reading the first question, then I'll read the passage. Okay. The brow of the conjurer was clouded with a gathering frown. The brow of the conjurer was clouded with a gathering frown. The sentence means that the conjurer was very pleased, was very sad, was rather angry, was very afraid. Okay, so let's go to the passage. Then we'll answer it. Now, ladies and gentlemen, said the conjurer, having shown you that the cloth is absolutely empty, I will proceed to take from it a bowl of goldfish. Stop. All around the hall, people were saying, "Oh, how wonderful! How does he do it?" But the quick man on the front seat said in a big whisper to the people near him, he had it up his sleeve. Then the people nodded brightly at the quick man and said, "Oh, of course." And everybody whispered round the hall, he had it up his sleeve. My next trick, said the conjurer, is a famous Hindustani rings. You will notice that the rings are apparently separate. At the blow, they all join. At the blow, they all join. There was a general buzz of stupefaction till the quick man was heard to whisper, he must have had another lot of his sleeve. Again, everybody nodded and whispered, the rings were up his sleeve. The brow of the conjurer was clouded with a gathering frown. Okay, that was the word asked in sentence asked in the question. The brow of the conjurer was clouded with a gathering frown. So what is the meaning of that? Very pleased, that is wrong, isn't it? Very sad, was rather angry, was very afraid. What is the correct meaning? Yes, answer is was rather angry, isn't it? Because whatever he is showing, the quick man was saying that he has kept something inside his sleeves. Okay, whatever tricks this conjurer is showing, the quick man was saying that he had it up his sleeves. He had it up his sleeves. That means what? That means by hearing this, who will get angry? The conjurer will get angry, isn't it? So the answer is was rather angry. He was rather angry. Option C is the correct answer. Rather angry. Option C is the correct answer. Next question. I'll read the question and again go to the paragraph. The egg trick was ruined. This means that the egg trick was ruined. This means that eggs were all broken. People were unconvinced. Conjurer was disappointed. The trick could not be performed. Okay, we go to the passage again. I will now, he continued, show you a most amusing trick by which I am unable to take any number of eggs from a hat. Will some gentleman kindly lend me his hat? Ah, thank you, Christo. He extracted 17 eggs, and for 35 seconds, the audience began to think that he was wonderful. Then the quick man whispered along the front bench. He had a hen up his sleeve, and all the people whispered it out. He had a lot of hens up his sleeve. The egg trick was ruined. Okay. Now come back to the question. Come back to the question. The egg trick was ruined. Eggs were all broken. People were unconvinced. Conjurer was disappointed. Trick could not be performed. What is the correct word? Yes, the people were unconvinced. People were not believing him. Whatever he is doing, the people are unconvinced. Because Quickman is giving him, saying that hairs are in his sleeves. So it is not a magic or something. Okay. So the people were unconvinced. Unconvinced. Okay. So moving to the question number 18. According to the Quickman, the conjurer. Okay. So going back to the paragraph again. It went on like that all through. It transpired from the whispers of the quick man that a conjurer must have concealed up his sleeve, in addition to the rings, hens, and fish, several packs of cats, a lot of bread, a doll's cradle, a live guinea pig, 50-cent piece, and a rocking chair. Okay, so come back to the question again. Question number 18. According to the quick man, the conjurer had everything brought for protection, produced things with a match. He knew, had things in large sleeves of his coat, created an illusion of things with his magic. Which is the correct. Yes. So what is this quick man saying? The quick man is saying that everything is there inside his sleeves, isn't it? Everything is there inside his sleeves. Everything is there inside his sleeves. So what is the correct answer? Yeah. Had things in the large sleeves of his coat. Had things in the large sleeves of his coat. Okay. So moving to the question number 19. Question number 19. Question number 19. Let's see. Yes. The author believes that the Quickman was really, the author believes that the Quickman was really foolish, clever, wrong, right. Yes, answer is foolish, isn't it? Why? Because see the last sentence of this paragraph. It went on like that all through. It transpired from the whispers of the quick man that the conjurer must have concealed up his sleeve. Inside his sleeve, what he's keeping? He is keeping rings, hens, fish, and a live guinea pig. Okay, rocking chair, etc. So that is wrong, isn't it? So that is a foolish thing that he's thinking of, isn't it? So it is foolish. Foolish. The author believes that the quick man was really foolish. Okay. Next question number 20. Last question based on this paragraph. The conjurer extracted 17 eggs from the hat of the quick man. He saw one gentleman from the audience, none of them above. The conjurer extracted 17 eggs from the hat of quick man. His own one gentleman from the audience, none of the above. Yes, of course. Yes, he was asking has from the audience, isn't it? So one gentleman from the audience. Okay, so that is about that paragraph or comprehension. Next, we have another one that is a conversation, and you are having some questions following that. Okay, so let's read the conversation, then come to the question. See, there is a conversation. Magda, Mrs. Smiles, both are having some conversation, and we are having some questions based on that. So read the first question now. Magda had not been out much lately because. Magda had not been out much lately because. Okay, so we'll read the passage. Read the conversation. Good morning, Mrs. Smiles. It's wet, isn't it? Yes, it is, isn't it? How are you today? All right. You have been studying too hard, have you? You look a bit pale. Do I? Well, I haven't been out much lately. I don't like this weather a bit. Why? We haven't had a dry day for weeks. Have we? No, I don't think we have. Let's see, you will be going back home next month, won't you? Oh no, I'm not going back yet. My sister's coming over first. Okay, so let's read the question again. Magda had not been out much lately because she had not been keeping well. She was busy with her studies. The weather had been unpleasant. Her sister had come over to stay. What is the correct answer? Yeah, that statement is directly given in their conversation, isn't it? See, listen. Well, I haven't been out much lately. I don't like this weather a bit. Okay, so what is the correct answer? Yes, it is. The weather had been unpleasant. The weather had been unpleasant. The weather had been unpleasant. That is the correct answer. Weather had been unpleasant. Okay. Now, read the question number 22, then go to the passage again. Question number 22, then to the passage again. Magda was not going back home yet because Magda was not going back home yet because it had been raining heavily. Her sister was coming over. Her studies were not completed. She was not feeling well. She is not going back home yet. Yeah, that is also directly given in the comprehension, isn't it? See, in the conversation. Let's see, you'll be going back home next month, won't you? Oh no, I'm not going back. My sister is coming first. Okay, so directly given question number 22, answer we can directly write. What is it? Yes. Her sister was coming over. Her sister was coming over. Her sister was coming over. Now moving to the question number 23. Question number 23. Mrs. Smiles says, you are looking forward to that. This means Magda was her sister's arrival. Okay. So let's see the question, see the conversation again. Oh no, not going back yet. My sister is coming over first. Oh, is she? You are looking forward to it, that I expect. How long is it since you saw her? Nearly a year now. Yes, I am looking forward to it very much. She is coming over here to study. Okay, let's go to the question again. Mrs. Smile says, you are looking forward to that. This means Magda was her sister's arrival. Expecting with pleasure, preparing hard for, thinking greatly about, watching with joy. Okay, so this means that Magda was what? Tell me the answer. What is the answer you can suggest? What could be the answer? Yeah, she is expecting her sister with pleasure, isn't it? She is expecting her sister with pleasure. That's why after that she is saying that since it has been 1 year that she has met. Okay. So moving to the question number. So here the answer is option A. Moving to the question number 24. Magda's sister was coming to. Magda's sister was coming to visit her sister, help Mrs. Smiles, settle down in England, pursue her studies. Okay, going back to the paragraph again. She is coming over here to study. Yes, that's right. I can't go back home until she is settled down. I don't think I ought to, ought I? Well, no, she's younger than you are, is she? Yes, she is only 18. Okay, so why she is coming? She is coming for what? She is coming for her studies, isn't it? She is coming for her studies. Coming for her studies. So we can say it is option D, pursue her studies. Pursue her studies. Okay. So moving to the next question, question number 25. Question number 25. Mrs. Smiles and Magda are classmates, school friends, neighbors, sisters-in-law. Okay. Well, no, she is younger than you are. Is she? Yes, she is only 18. Okay. So what could be the relation between them? Yes. So see here, from the passage, we can suggest that both are neighbors, isn't it? You have been studying, you're looking pale. Yeah, well, I haven't been out much lately. Okay, so it could be, yes, they could be neighbors because we cannot say they are classmates, school friends, no info given on that. Sisters-in-law, of course not. Yes, the answer could be neighbors. Mrs. Smiles and Magda are neighbors. Both are neighbors. Okay, so that section is over. So we have seen two comprehension sections. So read the passage, answer the questions correspondingly. That is very easy to score mark if you get this comprehension in your question paper. Two comprehensions in this question paper was very easy. Okay, so practice more. Okay. See you in the class with more videos, more questions. Okay, thank you so much, everyone. Thanks for watching Genius Channel.